sprzęcie dla najlepszych. Wejdź na groundgame.com.
Corey, congratulations on the win. Was that the type of statement you were trying to make tonight? A pretty flawless performance on your part.
I mean, that's a statement I'm trying to make every fight, you know? Like I said, when I first got here, now I can go back to just being me. I don't have to worry about being impressive with my striking. I don't have to do anything fancy. Get the guy down, impose my will, get some ground and pound going, which is what I'm known for, get the victory.
And I think the only real moment that he had was that spinning kick at the end of the round one. Did that hurt you at all?
Like I said, it didn't hurt me. Like even the coach was like, I'm cool, it just knocked me off balance. His heel didn't land. It was more of his calf. Had the hand up and just hit the back of my head and just kind of shook my equilibrium instead of like rocking me where you see in stars. Like I was seeing everything. It just like shook my head, so I was off. And by the time I turned, he was blitzing. It was just like, just keep your hands up and just stay calm.
At the end of the second round, you got him down. You got him in mount. You almost finished him. Third round, same thing. Got him down. Landed a lot of ground and pound. Were you surprised that it wasn't stopped sooner, or did you feel like he was doing enough to make the referee stay away?
I mean, just like the ref told us in the back, he's going to give him a chance. We're fighters. I'm going to give him a chance to fight back. Some refs would have stopped it early when I started landing those elbows at first. But he was still turning and defending. He wasn't completely flat out of the game yet. So I completely understand it. He let it keep going. But I knew once I got him to the point, belly down with my hooks in, my cup in his spine, it's going to be hard for him to move and just keep hitting him. They got to stop it soon.
And the advantage of fighting in the second quarterfinal bout is you know who your opponent's going to be, Ryan Bader. You guys had some cordial back and forth inside the cage. What do you think of the matchup with him?
I love the matchup. I love the matchup with anybody in this tournament. I love the matchup with any 205 in the world because I know how good I am. And I'm just going to show the rest of the world that. So me and Bader, we got history from training together. And like I said, one person knows. He knows. So we're just going to find out in July when we match up. One man got to go out there and make the statement on TV. And
so it's safe to say from your past experience and in dealing with him, you feel pretty comfortable in your abilities?
I mean, like I said, I feel comfortable in my abilities against anybody you put me in there with. But it's the fact, like, he knows. Like I said, I went out and helped him out after my first UFC fight. Then we started working together because we was both in the UFC. So he didn't want to work with me anymore. Then he went to Bellator, and I came back. But then I had like 3 or 4 years in the UFC, and I got even better. And then I didn't hear from him again after that. So it's kind of like, why we just stop working? Every time I start coming to train with you, I don't hear from you no more. So you know how it goes.
All right, we'll take a couple more here. Donna?
Corey, what exactly is it that he knows?
He knows who's matched up against. That's all. Like I said, I ain't one of them dudes gonna put the film out there on Instagram and shit like that, because that ain't a good sport. But at the same time, he knows, we know. They know it's going to be a tough match. He's gotten better. I've gotten better. He knows it's going to be a war. It's not like he's going to go in there and take me down like he do all these other guys, because he knows. He know he ain't going to go out there and outstrike me. He knows. So he knows it's going to be a war, and that's what he knows.
Talk to me a bit about the date. It looks like July is the day that it's happening. How are you feeling right now? Do you think that the 2.5 month turnaround is good for you?
2.5 months, that's a vacation. I might take my family on 2. Nah, but it feels plenty of time. You know, I'm always training, so it doesn't matter. Hurt, after I get knocked out, broken bones, whatever, I'm going to find a way to work out. My leg broke, I'm going to work my body. My arms broke, I'm going to work my legs. So I'm always going to work, and then once I heal up, I'm ready to go. But I'm fine. You know, went in there perfectly fine. Only thing that landed was that spinning heel kick that didn't do nothing but knock me off balance, and one shot from the bottom. So if they called me and said, we got to fight in 2 weeks, no problem. Go home, get my weight back, or my weight get it under control so it doesn't get high up out of the way, and I'm right back in here.
Santiago?
Hi, Corey. Congratulations on a beautiful performance. Was the fight against Melvin Manhoef a good Bellator warm-up for you before entering this tournament?
I mean, the fight against Melvin Manhoef was a good matchup for this opponent. As a warm-up fight for anybody else in the tournament, if I would have matched up against anybody else, it would have just been another fight, you know. But Melvin and this guy, they were similar. Yags was probably 1 inch or 2 taller than Manhoef, but I knew they both were going to wait for me to come in and throw one big shot. So it's pretty much we're going to go out there and do exactly what we did against Manhoef with him. and we knew that spinning heel kick would come. But like I told my coaches, his spinning heel kick and his overhand right came a lot faster than we expected. So I couldn't adjust to it fast enough.
The semifinals are in July. The big final is in October. Do you like it that there's a good pace in this tournament?
You gotta say it again. I kind of lost what you said in the middle.
I'm sorry. The semifinals are in July. The big final is in October. Do you like it that there's a good pace in this tournament?
Yes, you know you're gonna get at least 3. If you make it to the finals, you know you're getting 3 fights in the year. You know, the fact you're not waiting around wondering when are we gonna match up the next fight. It's you already know what you gotta do. So if I'm gonna start camp 8 weeks out, okay, so I got a few weeks to go ahead, relax, binge, eat some chicken wings, some sushi, have a couple of drinks, you know, kick it with the friends. And that 8 weeks is getting back in because we don't have time to get out of shape and get lazy and lose focus of the tournament. And I love the fact that you have to stay on course. And you're gonna know in the tournament the guy that took too much time off, because when he come in next round, is he going to be as in shape? Is his weight cut going to go as well? He's going to be as sharp. The guys are going to stay consistent to the game plan are the ones that are going to show up and usually make it to the finals and do well. The one that slacks off, well, USOL.
1 or 2 more, Jay.
Corey, congrats on the win tonight. Given Ryan's profile in Bellator as a former double champ, still the current heavyweight champ, is this a matchup that you've kind of thought about ever since arriving in Bellator? Is this something that was on your radar?
I mean, this was a matchup I thought about when he was in the UFC. Like I said, after my first time working with him, I knew where I deleted or where I landed in the rankings before I was even ranked working with him. So it was always like, one day this match is going to come up and I'm going to be excited for it. Then he left and I was like, all right, we won't get that chance. Now I'm here. And the chance is going to come again. So 100%, I'm excited to see what's going to happen.
And the opposite side of the bracket, obviously the main event goes tonight for the title. You've got Yoel Romero and Anthony Johnson down the line. Do you have anyone that you're rooting for in particular in that, or does it even matter to you?
I mean, on that side of the bracket, I'm going for my boy Rumble, you know. When I first got in the UFC, when I fought Jan Blachowicz on like 5 weeks notice, whatever, the first time and beat him, Anthony came up to me after and we kicked it in Vegas and he was schooling me on a lot of things of the game. And ever since then, we've been like, we see each other at like events or at fights, or if I'm in Vegas, he in Vegas, whatever. We link up, we hang out. And like, he's, like I said, people that teach me game on different things that I don't know, I always got respect for him. You know, as for Yo, nothing against him, nothing against Nemkov. Phil, I like Phil too, but the fact that Rumble is Rumble, I would love to get that fight against Rumble because he's Rumble, to go out there and prove myself. And the fact like he looked out for me early in the game and we talk still occasionally now, of course, I want him to win. I would love to match up against him in the finals.
Last one, Sam.
Hey, Corey. Congratulations on a super impressive victory tonight. In the lead up to this fight, you're talking briefly about your mindset and some of the mistakes that you had made in previous fights, coming in with a chip on your shoulder, perhaps being too angry. Talk about how that mindset has changed as you transition to Bellator and how important that's been for your success so far in Bellator.
The biggest thing that caused the change is children. You know, when I seen my kids be born, my first son, CJ, when he was born, I was like, all right, I want to be here with my health and my mindset and be able to play with my son. I want to teach him some things. I don't want him to see his father coming home beat up, bangled up, and then he's wondering what happened to daddy. Daddy got a boo-boo. And then now I got another child. My little girl was just born 4 or 5 weeks ago. And it was really like, now we really got to be serious. We got to go out there. We can't make no mistakes. The mindset got to be bulletproof. We're going to train all camp like this. The person I'm going against is my opponent. I'm not going to hurt him, but I got to think about being sharp. I got to keep my eyes on. I got to be aware of everything he does and make sure no mistakes happen today. So when I get into that cage, the same thing is going to go. Go out there, no mistakes, crisp, solid performance. You know, and then coming into Bellator, it was kind of like at the same time all this stuff was happening. My wife was pregnant when I signed with Bellator. And it was like, okay, my wife said, at first it was tough to leave because we always had to go at the UFC belt. Then we got here and it was like, all right, new beginnings. So now we get to start all the way over and all the goals that we set and all the things we said we want to do better. So we got a life for the children, make as much money as we can, have our health. We can do it in a new organization, start fresh with no bad blood with the promotion, the organization, or the president. So putting all those things, all those two things together and just being here now, it's amazing. I just love it. Every time I step in the cage, I go to the gym, I go there with a smile on my face and no animosity. Because before the UFC, it was always, I was tweeting something, I was calling my manager, I was trying to get a hold of Dana or somebody to figure out what's going on. Why is this happening? And as for this, I haven't had to reach out to Scott. One time I reach out to Kogan is if I got a question about something for fight week, I reach out to Victoria, and all the people here are just wonderful to work with. It's just amazing. I just love everything about it. It helps my mindset stay clear and focused because I'm always happy while I'm here.
All right, Corey, thanks for the time. Appreciate it.
Thank you.